Well, good Sunday morning. It's been another big week in the presidential campaign with Donald Trump continuing to wreak havoc in the Republican race. We're going to have plenty of that later in the program, including Trump's strong numbers in our brand new polls from Iowa and New Hampshire. But we're going to start by focusing on the battle for the Democratic nomination in those new NBC News surveys out of Iowa and New Hampshire. There's some particularly troubling news for the Hillary Clinton campaign, confirming that there is a negative trend happening here. Her favorability numbers are dismal. Remember, Iowa and New Hampshire are actual swing states in a general election. So in Iowa, look at this, 56% of all voters have an unfavorable view of the former Secretary of State, just 37% view her favorably. It's the same story in New Hampshire. 50% say they have an unfavorable view of her, and an identical 37% say they have a favorable one. And all this has impacted her lead over Senator Bernie Sanders among Democratic voters in Iowa. Clinton leads Sanders 55-26. It's a solid lead until you realize this. She was up 61 points when we surveyed in February. In New Hampshire, she had a 56-point lead back in February. Well, that lead has shrunk down to just 13 points, 47-34. All of this as the Hillary email controversy is in the news again. Did she have classified emails on her private server? Did she know? Will the Justice Department investigate? When will she testify before the Benghazi Congressional Committee? She tried to address some of the controversy after an event in Iowa last night.
I am confident that I never sent nor received any information that was classified at the time it was sent and received. And what I think you're seeing here is a very typical kind of discussion, to some extent disagreement among various parts of the government over what should or should not be publicly released.
A much ado about nothing defense there from her. We're going to get a lot more on the Clinton email controversy later in the show. But